I'm Misti Green, and this is the I Lead Misty Blue podcast where strategy meets soul. Let me start with this truth. Bullying is not a kid problem. It's an adult failure. We love to talk about safe schools, about kindness campaigns, and social emotional learning, but behind closed doors, there's a different story, the one where students still eat lunch alone while adults walk past them. The one where the same bullies reappear because no one wants to quote unquote make waves. The one where policies exist, but courage doesn't. Let's be real, we've built systems that make adults feel seen while kids walk our campus hallways feeling unseen. See, corporations don't have woot-woot wagons that go around every Friday passing out candy bars and sodas simply because you came into work that day. You don't get a pat on the back or a parade. You get a paycheck. It's time we get real in this field, the field of education. We've grown so obsessed with making sure the culture feels right for the adults that we've ignored what it feels like to be a child in our care, a child sitting alone at lunch, a child mocked in the hallway, or a child who no longer even believes an adult will step in to protect them. I've been in education for nearly 30 years, and I've seen what happens behind closed doors, and today I'm choosing to speak on it. At the federal level, bullying intersects with civil rights and the protection of those rights. Title IX protects against harassment based on sex or gender identity. Title VI prohibits harassment based on race or national origin. And Section 504 and the ADA protect students with disabilities. Every state has an anti-bullying policy, but a law cannot save a child if the adults won't act. What the data keeps telling us, 1 in 5 students experience bullying each year. 160,000 students skip school daily out of fear. Fewer than half of these incidents are ever even reported to an adult. We don't have a policy gap. We have a follow-through problem, and that's not failure by accident. That's failure by design and by decision. Administrators, hear me. A 45-minute mandated guidance lesson every 6 weeks is not bullying prevention. If your walkthroughs focus on posted objectives instead of the actual interaction of students in those classrooms, that's bureaucracy. That's not leadership. If you're holding more meetings about bulletin boards and the cleanliness of your campus rather than student relationships and the well-being of the kids on your campus, your priorities are out of order. Here's the real prevention and what leadership looks like in practice. Number 1, as an administrator, be visible with purpose. Morning arrival, passing periods, lunch, dismissal, be there, eyes up, names known. Greeting students as they pass you. Presence changes behavior before consequences ever will. Do a climate walk, not a clipboard walk. Ask yourself, what does this room feel like? What does this room sound like? Who looks anxious? Who hasn't been engaged? Leave with the names you intend to check on, not percentages or trends or tick marks. Stand up fast when bullying is reported. Same day separation, same day adult check-in, written safety plan within 24 hours, documented follow-ups at 72 hours and 1 week. No drift. It has to be immediate and prompt. Guard confidentiality like oxygen. Gossip is abuse of power. When adults leak, the trust collapses. Name it, stop it, and retrain it. Cover the quiet zones. Cafeteria corners, library nooks, stairwells, bus lines. Assign adult presence to places where lonely and targeted kids hide in plain sight, and inspect what you expect. If you think an adult's going to be there, make certain they are and address it if they aren't. Listen to students systematically. Monthly student voice circles, not just with student council, not just with your student leaders, but with all kids. Allow for anonymous reporting and an open door 10 minutes with the principal block. Post outcomes and actions so kids see follow through. Measure what matters. Track safety plan follow through, student help seeking, and adult response time, not just incident counts. Celebrate adults who protect, not just those who present. If you sit in your office counselors all day, only coming out to chit chat and smile with adults or eat a donut, you're missing your mandate. Do this instead. Walk the campus daily. Build relationships with the students. Hallway rounds during the heaviest moments, not just over in the corner chatting with your friends, during arrival, during lunch, during last period, during dismissal. Be findable. Post drop-in hours. Host a calm, quote unquote, check-in table at lunch once a week and rotate push-ins to classes where students are struggling socially, not to give your required guidance lesson, but to let the kids see you present. Triage with care. Same-day check-ins for any student named in the report. Warm handoffs to administrators for safety planning and follow-ups that actually happen and are results-driven. Teach privacy by modeling it. No hallway therapy, no adult gossip. Kids decide what's shared and with whom within the safety limits. Lift the unseen, scan for the isolated, invite them to small groups that build skills, self-advocacy, friendships, coping without stigma. And educators, get back to kids first, student-centered. When we walk in rooms, the first question should be, who's sitting alone? Who hasn't smiled this week? Who is reclusing? Who has become quiet? Who is fading into the background? And what am I doing about it? And then do something. Greet at the threshold by name, every period, every day, not just out of compliance, but out of true relationship building, saying, I want to be here and I'm glad you're here too. Create safe seats and buddy tables, make inclusion easy and visible without calling kids out. Check in and then teach. 1 minute at a desk can save a day and sometimes a life. Do you know how many kids go to school and for 7 hours a day, no one speaks to them? They don't call their name and no one engages them in dialogue. Don't be that teacher. Respond quickly and kindly. Correct behavior without shaming the child. Loop in support when patterns appear. Document and pass the baton. If it's serious or repeated, don't carry it alone. Hand it off to a team today. Hand it off to the administrator and require response. If you don't see that follow through or response, you elevate your concern. That is okay. Supervision isn't just scanning for fights in the cafeteria, it's scanning for loneliness. One afternoon, I had an experience where a voice ricocheted down the hallway. I heard very loud and a harsh tone. Who am I going to walk like a dog? Oh boy, yeah, it's you. Get over here. I'm about to walk you like a dog. I opened my office door and I immediately identified the target. See, calling his name would have painted a bullseye on his back. So instead, I chose differently. I stepped out and addressed the behavior, not the victim. I asked, who are you talking to? Who were you going to walk like a dog? Show me. The assailant broke eye contact and kept walking. The next day, same passing period, same words, same target. I stepped out again, firmer. I wanted him to know I see you, I'm hearing it, and I'm going to address it as it happens. Now, some might say more should have been done. And maybe if it had continued, it would have been. But for me, it was addressing the behavior, letting the bully know I see you, I hear you, not on my hallway, not on my watch. I'm addressing him, not the target. Because doing so would have caused more harm to the target. Protect the target privately. Correct the aggression publicly. And continue to monitor. An opposite example of this, a teacher knew a child was being bullied in her classroom. She walked to the table of boys and she said, "Are they picking on you again?" In one sentence, she exposed the target and empowered the bullies. She failed. And later I asked the student why he wouldn't report it. And this is what he said. If she gets reprimanded, she'll tell all the kids. I asked, how do you know this? I've heard her do it before. She gossips. Ooh, that angered me. It's so unprofessional and unethical. And kids know they don't miss the things that adults say in classrooms. They hear you, they see you, they watch you, and they identify, can I trust you or not? When kids fear adult retaliation or the mishandling of important information, the system has already failed and it has proven unsafe. Correct the practice. Address the group behavior neutrally. Remove aggressors for private questioning. Meet with the target separately and create a safety plan. Ask the target, what would you like to happen in this situation? And be mindful. And yes, you have to loop in administration and the guardian. Document it and monitor it. Don't just address it once and sweep it away. You have to become vigilant. Have that eagle eye in every environment. Here's a moment of transparency from season 1. You've heard me say it has never been about adult feelings for me. It is 100% about the kids. It always has been and it always will be. Here's one thing I commit to. If your kid is around me, your child is safe, period. Every accommodation will be met. If I see a student feeling alone or feeling unseen, I speak. If they walk into my office needing support or help, minor to the major, they become my priority, and I have a reputation that speaks to that. I firmly believe that kids deserve adults who remember what it felt like to be a kid. When bullying is reported, the response isn't about vibes or PBIS or what we do. Sometimes it doesn't fit one process, but there has to be a system of processes in place. Here are 6 pieces you can follow. Number 1, immediate separation. Not 2 periods later, not 48 hours later, but immediate, instantaneous separation of the students, and a neutral fact-finding process must take place. Number 2, written documentation. 4 pieces, incidents, timeline, witnesses, and impact. Number 3, safety plan for the target. This is going to include new routes, walk the target around the campus, finding other ways to transition between classes. Identify trusted adults for the target to speak to immediately when need be, and provide supervised transitions for the target. Number 4, consequences plus education for the aggressor. Bring in the book like Touching Spirit Bear so the aggressor can truly begin to understand their impact, the impact of their behaviors. Number 5, parent communication for all parties. It should be timely and it should be specific. And number 6, ongoing monitoring with check-ins at both the 24-hour mark and the 72-hour mark. And keep it going week by week. Policies protect only on paper. People protect in practice through what? Through a system of clear protocols and clear processes that are required. Parents, you are your child's first and fiercest advocate. When your child says it's not a big deal, it is. And they're trying to protect you from their pain and from the inconvenience of having to address it. They see you have a lot on your plate. What do? You show up to the campus in person and you ask to speak with an administrator, not the teacher, not a counselor. You bypass all that and you go straight to the administrator. You bring your timeline. This is going to include dates, names, locations of when these things occur, and the impact it's having on your child. You have got to be clear and calm. Even though this is an emotional experience, you have to set that aside and you have to move in a mindset of clarity and calmness. Ask for investigation steps, a safety plan, and a specific follow-up date. And the next piece, which is imperative, put it in writing. Send a same-day recap email listing agreed actions and the check-in follow-up date. And escalate when appropriate. Do not be fearful of looping in the next layer of accountability, whether that be the supervisor's appraisal, Appraiser or district level staff, find who it is and notify them if you feel it's gone to that level. If you need help advocating for your child in a bullying situation, reach out to me. I will help you navigate the process that actually gets results. Leaders, we have to replace box checking with presence audits. Tone check. Is the quiet in this room focus or is it fear? Belonging scan. Who hasn't been greeted by name or invited to speak? And you model what it would look like to engage that student. Relational moves. Do adults model respect before demanding it? Transitions. Are hallways supervised with eyes up and names known? It's not just about a teacher standing at their doorway while looking at their cell phone and dapping up the same kid they talk to every day. That's not what I'm talking about. It's about intentional transition monitoring. Eyes up, names known. How you doing today, honey? It's so good to see you. I'm so glad you're here. How's your day going? Be aware of what's going on around you and follow through. Are reports documented and revisited within that 24-hour window and that 72-hour window? And if your walkthrough yields percentages but no human insight, you've collected numbers and trends, but not truth. Here's the heart of it. It's about the kids, not our adult comfort, not our required checklist, and definitely not our prideful egos. Children deserve adults who see them, who believe in them, who are genuinely happy to see them each and every day, and who stand up for them. If you're an educator or a school leader, let this be your daily practice. Look for the lonely. Call students by name. Respond quickly and credibly. Follow through until it's safe. Parents, if your child is facing bullying, you don't have to do this alone. Reach out to me. I will help you navigate this process clearly, calmly, and in a way that gets results. See, your child's safety, their dignity, and their peace, it matters to me, and there is a path forward. To every student listening, you are not invisible. You are not the problem. You are worthy of protection. You are worthy of presence. You are worthy to be in a peaceful learning environment. Let's tell the truth, but let's tell it in a way that changes realities. Be the adult who moves, the friend who checks in, the teacher who notices, the leader who acts. Be the nail that sticks out for kids. When you're ready to take this courage further, listen to the episode, The Nail That Sticks Out, a call to stand up when it's easier to blend in. Because policies protect on paper, people protect in practice. Together, we can build schools where every child is seen, safe, and supported. Pull up a chair to the table of advocacy and doing what is right for kids. Pull up a chair, the table is set.